Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Board. So what we're going to try and do is I'm trying to keep the camera at this perspective for the entire gameplay, and we'll see what happens. We just finished the German opening turn of Barbarossa, and it was an okay turn, not as good as I would have liked. We did eliminate an enormous stack of Soviet units, 18 blocks entirely in the turn. All bar say 2 were one-steppers, so not particularly significant. I've still got the headquarters facing downwards, as you can see over here and over here. I've got to pop them back up, but I want to make sure I deduct my oil from a little track over here, all of my pips on each individual HQ for the turn. You see that there's a 1, and then 4, 3, 2, etc. You've got to pay 1 oil for each of these, and to rebuild them. And why one's cost 2? Now, where was he? I forget. Well, let's assume he was there. The opening sequence, the way I did things was I moved all my units that were going to do combat, put all the air out that was going to participate. And typically in the first turn, what I like to do is actually try and focus the bombers on the second tier defense of the Soviets. This is because there's no AA in the very first turn, because it's a surprise turn, theoretically. So you get a few little benefits here and there, and no malice or malai, and no bonuses for the Soviets. So I like to try and beat up on the second tier of the defensive line a little bit, and then see how we go there. So we managed to make it, a decent sort of breakthrough here, and hopefully we'll be able to, penetrate and sweep around, and maybe either A, historically go that way, or B, press and take Leningrad if we're fast and furious enough, or go for glory and go for Moscow. We did lose 2 Panzer steps this turn, both of which occurred in the exploit phase, and that's the price you pay when you're moving armor only and you go into a combat and you take the risk of that 6 turning up in the combat. And so that hurts. It's going to cost me points, production points to rebuild. We did, the very outset of the turn, begin an armor factory and an oil factory. We're going to be trying to be committed to that because I want to bring more production capacity for the Germans online as fast as possible. And we're going to see what happens from there. There's a price to pay for that too, right? We went through the strategic war. We did the Narvik Lend-Lease attacks. And then I realized that you probably don't need to do those yet because there's no Lend-Lease. I don't think there's any Lend-Lease activity happening exactly right now. I've got to check the rules again. It's been a long time since I've played, so I'm a little bit fuzzy on a few things. But we'll get through it all, and that's the little update for you at the end of the German turn 1, and we'll now do the Soviet turn 1 and go from there. And by the way, I'm playing this solo, and so I've got it all set up how it should be in terms of, units facing the other way. So I just moved from one side of the table to the other, so it's all working out pretty great solo.